Now he has a Centaur, which will work against AA. Maybe not as good as this, but it's still pretty good. Oh damn! I didn't know Helping Hans upgraded the planes with kamikaze strikes, but goddamn, that almost killed the almost Soldaten. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot 17 bringing another COH2 replay. This is a 4v4 on SN Steelwork, so should be interesting. We have Zodiac, Skal, a guy named Helping Hans, probably never heard of him, Unhappy, Notorious, JP, Kosh, and Milam. This was sent by an individual who I will reveal at the very end. Though, by the name of a certain individual in this, I'm going to assume this is from some type of live stream. The reason why is because Helping Hans is a major Company for Roast 2 streamer / YouTuber. Highly recommend you go check out his content if you like COH2. He's definitely probably one of the better, more well-known Company for Roast 2 players. And I believe in he's been playing in a lot of tournaments and typically really good. Also has some apparent freakouts, but mostly known for being very good and a very awesome personality with the COH2 community. So again, always nice to feature more Company for Roast 2 streamers, YouTube content creators, etc. So that's awesome. But in any case, he did not send it, someone else did. So I'm curious to see who and why, but I will reveal that at the very end. But in any case, let's double check their ranks real quick to see what type of team comp we're seeing. And yeah, this is pretty much all in all a really good team, except for Skal, who looks like is a newer player, but that doesn't necessarily mean he's down. We have 2 British, 2 Soviet, 3 OKW, and a Wehrmacht. And from there, we'll see how things go. Already a massive allied assault going up on the right-hand side. Again, this Volk squad, you're probably going to want to keep that sucker back. Got on the building. Again, they are on top of it, so this is one of the buildings that you don't need windows for. Although, I find it weird that there's just 3 guys standing on top. It feels like John Wick just literally pops them very quickly and you can knock them out. But, hey, that's just me. Universal Carrier trying to stop the Stern Pioneer squad coming on the flank. This thing does have it's not going to stay alive. There's just too many men around here. Luckily, oh, damn it. I was going to say nice retreat path, but no, he gets annihilated around the corner. Very good job with the allies, though. Again, putting a lot of pressure over here. Conscripts, though, being pushed back by Sturms coming around the corner. They still have a couple squads left, but the British should be able to, over time, wear them down. And with the Soviet here bringing up a sniper, he can just keep picking them off. Doesn't matter if they're in heavy cover or not. That's the great thing about the sniper. If a unit is entrenched, the sniper can easily undo them with really very quick ease. Now, nice job with this Volk squad coming around and throwing a fire grenade to uproot them and get them off the fuel. On the far left side, it looks like the Axis have full control of this fuel as well. So, for most likely we can see here, and actually a lot of the territory, the Axis so far are winning the current early engagement. That doesn't mean they're going to win the entirety of the engagement, but right now they're doing very well for the early part of the game, which is allow them an earlier fuel bump, and that will help them get, early armor and whatnot. But it's not like they're doing amazingly well. We can see here JP only has 2 squads, and he doesn't have a Sturm squad, so we know that he lost that squad. So again, they're taking losses, and while the British haven't really. Looks like they've Helping Hans hasn't lost anything, and I like how he's already got mech squads. Very good, because again, you want to keep your men alive and up to, and pretty much as the best to their ability. He also upgraded them very early on with the bolster infantry squads. That can be a little risky because of the fact that it's a decent amount of fuel going into that. But if you're gonna focus on infantry section, that's a really good play, because of the simple fact that it increases their effectiveness against other infantry squads. And if you're going to be using them up front very early on, that's a great way to counteract a lot of the other factions that have a little bit more of a manpower, or larger squads, while the British infantry section really can't sustain. A great example, if you have an extra man, which is extra firepower, they're going to do more damage against Sturm Pioneers and Volk squads, or even Grenadiers with MG42s. even if you get that upgrade for the infantry section, the extra squad is just going to help them keep that one-step advantage. And you do that early on, that's just going to help you even further, even as you elevate stuff with bonuses and upgrades. Penal troops trying to go in for the decap. Very weird spot for the decap. It's not cutting off any territory. Allied forces, again, slow and steady with the sniper, as I stated before, are slowly pushing in. Or at least I believe the sniper's still over here. Did he lose it? No, sniper is coming back up to the front. Maybe redeployed somewhere else. A lot of German forces coming in. A lot. Oh my god, a lot of them. But they're, again, with this upgrade and everything, as long as they play it right, the Allies should be able to hold this. And meanwhile, we can see here that Helping Hans does have his squads. Again, I love it. He's just upgrading them on the move. He's like, oh, you did damage to me? Let me quickly heal them so I can just keep annoying you. Speaking of being annoying, we can see here Milam has gone with the maybe not famous, but a defensive doctrine Ostrupen play, which Ostrupen in general are not, okay, famous, but are known for large blobs. At least he's not like in one blob moving around. I'll give him that, but we'll see how things go. The difference between Ostrupen and a Grenadier squad for the Wehrmacht is they're cheaper Ostrupen, as you can see here. They're 200. They have 6 man in the squad. But you can upgrade them with an MG42. However, once again, they don't have the rifle grenade. And they just have Panzerfaust. Now, I've known people to mass Panzerfaust. But that being said, it does have some drawbacks compared to the base Grenadiers. The other thing is they're better defensive than offensive. With some of the bonuses and abilities they get. So, just as a note. Make sure they're in cover and holding the line. So meanwhile, again, we have the Allies pushing in, grabbing the fuel on right, and it looks like keeping at least the left one under contention. Panzerfaust probably inbound on the Universal Carrier, probably should pull that back, though. Nice mortar pit, very close to the front. Long term, I don't know the survivability of that mortar pit, but, aw, damn it, more mass Panzerfaust coming in. Probably should have moved that infantry section to protect it, throw some grenades. No upgrades for it. Again, maybe if it was 5-man squads, they would have done more damage to hold back those squads to make sure it's defeated. Any case, support gun opening fire, but not a lot of men. Okay, never mind. We have Red coming over here being like, Notorious, like, I got men. I'm good. Will that be enough? With the Vickers there? No, it's going to be suppressed. Now, and as we can see, they're boxed in. They can throw it over here, but if they charge this way, they will be suppressed. And they're going to be, yeah, you can see here, they're just going to be delayed. Now, I don't think he can harden it. Oh, he is. He's also getting an upgrade for it. We can see here he went with the advanced emplacement to kind of lock this down. That will help, but it is already so low. It's not going to take much more to really defeat that. Meanwhile, Helping Hans has gone Royal Engineer Regiment. Well, this one's more defensive and more SimCity-esque with all the emplacements and whatnot. Also, giving the infantry section the ability to heal, which is pretty freaking cool. Shock troops just coming in, mowing everything down. Very nice. Grenade going out? No. Oh, he already threw the grenade. Okay. This squad's being pushed back. They're just healing it. Mortar pits returning fire and doing quite a bit of damage, even against these support guns. Again, even with the range the support guns currently have, the mortar pit can do a further range through a barrage ability. Same thing with the support guns, so take note on that. We have over here, again, as we can see, I'm sorry, let me go over one real quick. So, Kosh went first strum that's good with anti-infantry abilities and anti-emplacement simply because of the fire abilities. The Hetzer is essentially a flame tank. The assault package, again, has essentially flamethrowers, first strum pioneers. Though, again, if you they do change out the Volk squads to have less fire, so there's that. You know, support guns have fire. You get these things which can move troops and reinforce, and then you get a direct strike, which is pretty damn cool. Meanwhile, again, Milam, you get the Ostrupen, but a lot of defense abilities like the pack, sector artillery, and the more like these giant bunkers, which is pretty freaking cool in my opinion. Wow, they're just keeping this thing alive, barely. Oh my god. Hold! Oh, more fire's coming down. It's screwed. They kept it alive for a damn long time. I thought I was going to die. Healing it, very nice job. What they need to do is like counter artillery this, which actually, theoretically, they could do with a counter battery. If you do that, though, it stops anything being built in that building, so it's a risk reward. But if you, like, in later portion of the game, you're not going to be building AT guns, or maybe you won't be building AT guns for like a minute, and you're like, cool, I'll use the counter barrage and then get something else. We also see here there's a half track, detect allied forces. Allies kind of barely holding on. With the MG34 suppressing them, I don't think they're going to hold for much longer. Anyway, let's go over helping Hans and explain what he had. I love how he's healing guys on the front, and also put a forward assembly here so that we can keep the pressure going. This MG is in this building, but I don't know for how long. Helping Hans did not get a grenade, nor did he get upgrade for better guns. He just got 5-man squads. Interesting. Though flamethrower coming on the flank, neutralizing that MG. Again, flamethrowers against buildings, super effective. What else do we have here? So Skull Badge went shock rifle. Good anti-infantry, plus you get IS-2. Shock troops in the flames are kind of reason why I say anti-infantry. Zodiac is actually a little more everything. You get ambush for AT and the guard troops, which are focused on AT and are really good against infantry, especially with the upgrades. Good anti-emplacement, good direct strike, good recon. Overall, this is a great doctrine for just a wide assortment of abilities. And then meanwhile, we have over here... Oh, no one picked anything else. Okay. But at least now, the allies have a good, like, repertoire. Be like, well, okay, we have direct strikes. We have... repertoire. They have good support abilities. They have good artillery. They have good infantry, good tanks, good heavy tanks. It's a really good assortment of abilities they have here. Now, looks like Helping Hans is being pushed back again by a couple squads. Though T-70's like, hold on. You shoot my friend? No. We're going to take you out. And yeah, full retreat. These guys can't really do much against him as long as he kept his distance. There is a mine here. We can see here it is a German mine. It did go off and actually, I think, hurt the Volk squad, which is quite funny. But this squad, the tank is injured, so they will have to worry about that. Though, we can see here JP lost a lot of men in that engagement. So, I don't know how long it's going to take for him to counterattack, so I think that T-70 should be fine for it to heal, though it is in a little bit more precarious situation. Massive attack going on in mid, though. We have another mortar pit from Unapply going in mid. He's trying to fortify, hold on. A lot of Axis forces coming on in. They must assume that since they have this under their control, those shock troops just going in, just wrecking them for the most part. Again, they still have the Panzerfaust, but we can see here they have a shock grenade more than a fire grenade. They have smoke too, which is actually pretty good. Shock troops throwing smoke, get around the MG. Oh no, never mind, they just threw a normal grenade. I would throw a smoke, because then get in the building and fire close range. That's just me. Again, use the obstacles in your environment. If the MG is here, you can quickly get into this and just fire close range and murder it. So anyway, we can see here a lot of Sturms and Volk squads pushing on in. Notorious just has a very large army moving on in. Nice job, I love this. Hey, the British have a 6-pounder. I got it. How do you have it? Oh, I'm just going to decrew it. Sure. Grenade going out. Oh, very nice grenade. Oh, almost killed the entire squad. That would have been cool. Saving the AT gun. Nice job, Skull. Nice job. You saved the British's AT gun there. Meanwhile, we have a T-70 rolling on in, just blasting them. We have 13-minute mark Cromwell. Not too shabby. Again, gonna push them back. Do we have any AT in mid? We have Ostrup in here. Panzerfaust likely. He has enough munitions for it, too. Milam also has a ton of manpower, so I don't know what he's saving up for. I'm assuming maybe a Pak-43. Could be useful. I love it. Shooting that hits the mine. Support gun's like, nope, we're out. Peace. Conscript's giving chase, like, kill it. Unfortunately, he does have Molotov cocktails, so I can see some of them being thrown. And because he's... No, okay, I thought he was going to set up there. Nope, he's just going to run. Good idea. Hits the mine, though, and gets delayed and stopped. AT grenades being... No, he has no AT grenades, so... Yeah, fire's just being able to be thrown there. We have a random Volk squad just going around. And also, we have a lot of Obersoldaten. So JP may be saving up for that. He doesn't have the ability for SCG-44, so... I mean, the LMG's fine. They're really well, but if you're going to spam this many Obersoldaten, I kind of think in my head that you would have special operations, just because it complements the Obersoldaten so well with that doctrine, with the infiltration grenades and the recon to kind of help out with that. I don't know. I find that a lot better for them. Not saying that these are bad, but The only one I could think of that would be, like, really good would be this, Overwatch. Because then you get For the Fatherland, and the Obosoldaten just run up and literally mow people down with the LMGs. That's the only thing I could think of. Anyway, Helping Hans is giving no fucks and just gonna annihilate this Volk squad that maybe pushed up a little too far by itself. But I think that's what it was trying to do, just decap the point. Even though it's not connecting to anything, so it's not really hurting. Maybe get a couple more shots. I don't think he's going to kill the squad. I think he's just going to kill a few models. And maybe a bit of health. Allies, though, very nice at taking this point. I do like the forward base here. You can see here, it's hidden right behind this area. So, what's it going to do? It's going to help heal the British forces in the sector and allow them to hold this front. We saw that 6-pounder right there to hold against any armor. Guards troops upgraded with DPs. Also, we can see here he's getting the mechanized armor, so he's getting the most. He's getting, again, we can start seeing some good Soviet armor being deployed. Volk squads coming around the flank. Shock troops just trying to hold, but even with that cover, they're like, no, we can't. Probably do need to throw that grenade, but whatever. I love this. Cromwell's like, there's nothing here. Cool. Let's kill all this stuff. And yeah, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. He's getting a Panzer IV right now, but it's going to take another, like, probably 20 seconds for that to deploy and actually use. He might be able to kill it in time. 6-pounder moving on up. Yeah, he's going to kill this in time. JP's going to lose his mechanized building. That's a lot of manpower and fuel just to waste and lose. So, not too bad. And I do like how Helping Hans is putting pressure on right. Because again, if the enemy's not here, put pressure on it. Do something. Kill this shit. Because otherwise you're letting a valuable target just stay there. So, full credit where credit's due. Meanwhile, the Axis are throwing bodies. To be fair, Ostroupen bodies, but they're throwing bodies nonetheless. Also, we have double Cromwell by Helping Hans. Well, we have Unapply going Churchill. I like that. Again, 2 battle tanks, and then we have more of a heavy armored tank. More designed against infantry and medium armor, but still, this thing will literally tear infantry apart and hold back Panzer IVs with ease. Because as we can see, that Panzer IV did shit while that Churchill was like, yeah, I'm going to take a quarter of your health away. Okay, a third of your health. Nice grenade, popping it off. Almost get a kill here. So putting a lot of pressure. Although he has a lot of guys right here. He's building a 3rd mortar pit. The one thing is Unapply. You're wasting a lot on those mortar pits, and I don't know if they've been really cost effective. Hetzer, you're going really ballsy, and I think that's a bad move because, again, Churchill's right there. Maybe he's trying to go in for a deep strike, but it didn't really work out. Again, Cromwell's just annihilating a lot of the infantry. We have a good AT gun over here. Going to start putting pressure. Very nice indeed. Again, with the AT gun, I don't think that Panzer IV is going to want to advance because it's going to constantly be sniped. Right now, the Axis are being pushed back in their base. And, yeah, now they're moving up the heavy infantry. They're like, alright, men, push them back. The one thing I will say is, I guess he has this here to stop a flank, which is smart. But right now, I don't think his armor is going to kill that infantry quick enough. Panzer IV coming in to help. AT gun quickly redeploying. Royal Engineers, again, can throw AT grenades. So if they get close enough, they're going to hold them back. Again, the biggest problem right now is this Obosoldaten. The amount of Obosoldaten deployed is going to push back the infantry. Luckily, does not matter. Cromwell managed to kill the Panzer headquarters. So that's 120 fuel on top of the 45 fuel for the mechanized building. That's a lot. The one thing that I would give, the one critique I would give Helping Hans is the fact that maybe the Royal Engineer squad could have placed mines here and here to stop a chase. Oh no, he did place mines. Never mind. Good thing on that. And he placed more mines back here. So honestly, these guys are going to charge, and they're just going to charge into a kill zone, honestly. So never mind. Good job there. Again, it's like something that you think you would do, and it's like, yeah, no, you did. Cool. Panzer IV being pushed back, although they do have to worry about this. A Mass Panzerfaust could kill one of these Cromwells, so they want to keep it back. The big issue is this AT gun. Luckily, it doesn't look like Milam notices that for now. I love this AT gun being like, F you. Won't do anything, but I'm just going to fire a shot. Okay. One problem I do have, though, is right now the allied response on left. There's nothing. I don't even see mines over here or anything. So the Axis could push over here. Allies, though, are fortifying this area, and looks like we have a Boffer going down. But we have a Stuka coming down as well, which is going to help remove some of these defenses. A lot of support equipment being made by Skull, and he doesn't look like he has much of an army. So I can see here the Axis really pushing left, while the Axis over here kind of just recovers after helping Hans smashed a lot of his men. Nice job, though. Smart enough to realize, I need some defenses, get a bunch of AT guns. However, helping Hans has now upgraded his men with Bren, so they're just going to mow down a lot of very weak infantry units, such as Verkenwerfers, and hopefully hold back the Ostrupen. Almost said Obelsoldaten there. Luckily, Cromwell's, they can fire from a distance. T-34 as well, helping them. They're cheap infantry. They're not going to hold up against that much fire for too long. They're not Obelsoldaten that can just take a decent amount of hits. AT guns, though, on standby, opening fire, pushing back the armor. I don't think this is as easy of a spot to really hit anymore, which is a concern. But that being said, look, right now we can see here this Panzer IV is damaged. It would be cool. Wait, no, I think they do. Hold on. The Axis. Okay, yeah, they see this. They should anyway. The Allies should see this injured Panzer IV. Oh, never mind. He sees it. Yeah, oh, T-34 missed the shot, but it's going to fall back. If he hit it, that would have been a kill right there. Su-85, I don't think he's going to be able to fire. Oh, no, he stopped. Fire! Oh, no, he lost it. Just out of range. Panzer IV lives. Panzer IV lives. His other Panzer IV still alive, going to give chase. I don't think there's a mine over here, so this Panzer IV... Oh, there are mines back here. So if he gets back behind this point, this Panzer IV will be screwed. Plus the Su-85 will give covering fire, so he's going to stay back. The biggest issue right now I see is we look at resources. Allies doing really well, except for munitions. Really, pretty good in fuel. And overall army size, hold on, Axis currently 60. Oh, never mind. Axis in the low 70s overall. Allies, roughly the same except for Skull, so the left-hand flank. But, was that an AT gun? Probably the Cromwell. Well, we now have a giant blob of Obelsoldaten. So, a lot of people would say, well, Greyshot, what are you going to do against that? Please, Hans, do what I want you to do and take these guys out with, you know, with the Cromwell in the correct way. Hopefully he does that. I want to see, especially if this guy literally presents them out in the open with no cover. I mean, sure, there's Verkenwerfer right here, but the buildings is kind of blocking a lot of the vision. Panther over here. We got some more Ostrupen moving on in. All right. Obelsoldaten moving on in. Cromwell, you're prepped and ready to go. This could be a perfect opportunity. I love how he's placing mines everywhere. But also, here's the problem. The exact same thing helping Hans is doing, Kosh is doing on left. So Kosh is right now putting, and actually right next to Unapply's base. So, and also flanking the MG. So Kosh really right now, or Skull, sorry, doesn't have that much. Wait, what just died? Oh, Panzer IV. Never mind. Well, it's a lot of T-34s in an Su-85. Moving around. Again, this Panther is completely... Oh, no. Verkenwerfer's on standby. Possible fire could come down to block it, but... Su-85 barely missing the shot. We have artillery back here? Well, you do have artillery. Okay. So, Notorious... He went Overwatch. Okay. Plane crashed into that, of course. Which would... Hold on. I mean, I don't think... See, here's the thing. I want this for JP, but I don't want to double up commanders because I hate when people do that. It's really dumb. Okay, I was going to say, if they don't kill that, I'll be disappointed. Yeah, throw a grenade. Just kill it. Kill it with the Churchill. Chase this thing down. Why are you... Oh, wait, no, the airstrike. Never mind. Back it up. Oh, they killed it. Nice. They killed one of the squads. Yeah, back up to Churchill with the airstrike. Honestly, where's the anti-air? Do any of the allies have an anti-air? Okay, this is going to sound dumb. And I know this will sound dumb. but I don't consider the Bofors to be a good anti-air gun. I truly don't. Like, the Bofors is pretty bad. So when I see this, I'm just like, really? Because especially for the only anti-air gun. Okay, they are getting anti-air. Looks like they're getting half track, so that's good. Also, Scalp, if he gets enough manpower, eventually. Wait, why is he getting a Sweetie 5? Get an IS-2. Pop out pure Stellinium, and that will help you out. Love that plane crash there. But the reason I say that is just because the Bofors, whatever reason, I don't know why, the Bofors just sucks at shooting down planes. For whatever reason, I find like the Soviet anti-air gun to be like the best. Like, no matter what plane it is, that thing will shoot it down. I think it's just overcompensated because that thing sucked originally, and now it's like OP. To the point where it's like, in my opinion, maybe overperforms for, you know, for what it is. Okay, Cromwell just giving chase. And so far, those Sturms are so far away, the mines are being, yeah, the mines are just being, unrevealed. They're being undetected because this thing is so far away, which is hilarious in my book. Close air support coming in, pushing back the Cromwell. Now he has a Centaur, which will work against AA. Maybe not as good as this, but it's still pretty good. Oh damn! I didn't know Helping Hans upgraded the planes with kamikaze strikes, but goddamn, that almost killed the almost Soldaten, which would have been amazing. We have an AVRE now, which should be pretty good against these infantry blobs. Seeing out, oh damn! I thought it was going to crash. Pack 43 is now in mid as well, which is going to stop any big armor pushes from coming through this sector. And overall, the biggest issue right now that I see is this entire area on left. Look at this. This entire sector has no defenses, nothing. This guy's shock troops right here, 100 feet from this point, roughly. And he's not capping it. Like, seriously, cap this point. There's resources that could be used. Right now, the Axes are getting 73 munitions per turn. I mean, look, I mean, I recently did a game where I was at 123 munitions per turn, and I was just like, I was just rolling. But there's a limit. Also, Pack 43 is covering these Panthers. So, in most circumstances where I'm like, oh yeah, Panthers weak, chase, you're very lucky that thing missed. Oh, yeah, dude, pull it back before this thing literally annihilates all your armor. Luckily, Hans is coming through on the right-hand side. Again, I feel like this guy needs pushed left. He needs to keep that army centered over there. I know it sucks to fight this area, but you have more than enough mines and that you can place from munitions and fire that can be called down to like make this hell for the German and just hold. Even if you hold up to this point, you can't advance any further. That's fine. That's 2 points. That's 10 munitions and 6 fuel per turn you can be giving to your compatriots. That's 41 fuel per turn for the Allies. And then with that would probably be, okay, he just got it, so another 41 munitions. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that's a decent amount of resources. Anyway, more airstrikes coming in, but the anti-air is shooting them down quite effectively. Good job, Centaur. Holy crap. Luckily, again, tons of AT. I love a Soul of the Kind Warfare. That's great. Pushing them back. Panther's like just running. Now, unfortunately, will this Panther get out of there in time is the question. Oh, no! Cromwell just put him down. Good. Pack 43, though, finishes it off. Great shot. Barely out of range. Stuka coming down right on the guards troops, causing some massive damage and knocking out one of the mines. Panther coming in. Remember, these aren't penals, so unfortunately they can't throw a satchel, but they'll do a little bit of AT, especially over a consistent amount of time. Now, this guy just has the shock troops here. I think he's not even the... Yeah, he's the newer player. Okay. So, yeah, this gentleman right here, I think if... No matter what happens, I'm noticing key features that are making him currently the weakest player of the game. So no matter what happens in this game, that's what I'm seeing right now. Because right now, even though like I could say JP is second, he's at least contributing in some part. He's at least assisting. He's keeping his area, like, helping Hans can't just stroll into the base, because at least this guy is providing a suitable defensive nature in this area. He's trying, at least. The other guy, I think is worse. So just for skill level, I will take note of that. Because I know some people will see JP and instantly call him out. But there's a difference between it being holding against someone, you know, nothing, and holding off an area against someone I know is one of the best players in Company of Heroes 2. That literally is able to, like, anticipate how long it takes for infantry to move and just, yeah, just knock him out. So, cool. Also, AVRE is just badass with those shots. Meanwhile, we have a push going in. IS-2 fighting Volk squads. One good shot and these guys might be fucked. I'm being honest. Very lucky in that regard. Churchill's right there, too. Again, 23 kills. Nothing to sneeze at. Just popping shots at Volk squads. Panther pushing in. We have artillery coming down the sector. We have a Firefly right there and an S-285. Most likely they'll be pushed back. But once again, I'm don't know. I'm seeing like an entire avenue to push, and that's what I hate. Never, ever, ever let an entire area just go undefended or unused. I'm not saying you need to put your entire army there, but just keep resistance in the sector. Because I feel like a lot of people will do in Lien Forest, and a lot of people do in Steppes, and a lot, like, Steppes the island, Lien Forest the forest area, Lorch Assault the defensive structure on the right. What other maps am I thinking of? Was it Reshev Winter with, like, the side, like, the fuel side points? Like, there's all sorts of maps that are areas that people say, don't go for this, don't go for that, don't do this, don't do that. No, that's dumb, that's bullshit, and it's like people just say, you know, this is the most important thing. Sure, that thing you might be focusing is important, but the fact you're not even trying to do anything in this sector, and there's no forces whatsoever. You could literally take this entire sector, if you time it right, without, like, you could take probably up to here, like, probably without the Germans being able to suitably counterattack. Hell, you could probably put pressure and take out this guy's base. And right now, this artillery is really fucking you guys, and you need a direct strike. And it's funny, because you have 2 direct strikes, but you don't have the munitions for it. And that's the thing the Germans are doing very well. They're starving you guys. Or they're starving the Allies. Now, unfortunately, though, the kamikaze strikes that Helping Hans is calling in is very effective in my book. And at least keeping the Germans back. Suitably, this guy's Panther needs... Oh my god, Panzer IV. The Germans are being very lucky with their armor today. I've been noticing a lot of armor that's been pulled back very low health. But a lot of good airstrikes coming. Oh, they both went that. And again, it was the best doctrine to go. Panther going way too... Like, this thing is freaking ballsy as hell. If this thing... It will escape. Okay. Cool. That is... yeah. Now, they do need to push here. Allied forces do need to push, take mid. We have an IS-2 currently, just hanging out. Again, probably knock out a lot of these Volk squads. And again, it is so much health, and you have an S-285 protecting against a Panther push. And you have shock troops, I'm assuming, protecting against, to help they escape. Murder this... Oh, I love the artillery shell, just knocking it out. Friendly fire, man. Friendly fire. Katyusha opening fire over there. Another airstrike coming in. Oh, sorry. Close. No, we have an airstrike. Yeah, airstrike is coming in. Doing a bit against the armor. Might kill the Churchill. Kamikaze almost kills the AT gun at the very least. This one's barely alive. Managing to get the hell out of there. Is that plane going to be shot down? No? Okay, I'm actually surprised. Germans still control mid, and right now they're the ticking time clock for the Allies, because again, they're going to keep putting pressure and take that lead sooner or later. So right now we have Helping Hans. He has a full army, if I recall correctly. He does. Unapply is doing pretty well. Give credit where credit's due. This guy's Churchill's doing fantastic. Oh my god. Plane crash into the Soviet building. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, this guy doesn't really have much of an infantry force. He has a good armor force, I'll give him that. And again, smart with the anti-airs. At least he's providing some good defense against any sort of airstrike. Right now, Helping Hans just putting a ton of pressure on right, which is very good. Now let's check the Germans. Milam is currently, again, you can see here, he's trying to move up his Ostroup and kind of help counter, along with JP. And that's fine. I don't think you're going to dislodge Hans, but you're definitely going to keep him down. although we're seeing a lot of guys move over, and the allies are just kind of sticking forward. A push here would at least, once again, pull away. Now, we can see here he is placing mines. So this guy is smart. He's not just going to leave this place undefended. He is placing mines. However, he's now placing mines. This place was open for at least 10 minutes with nothing there. So I'll give credit on like an earlier assault would probably be more beneficial than now, where you're going to need minesweepers and whatnot to help break them. Plus, you need to deal with the Pack 43, which looks like was under heavy bombardment and possibly indefinitely recruited. So you need to watch out there. Oh, if the AVRE gets a shot off. I like when he's waiting. Also, I love how the Sturm Tiger and AVRE can be used as a intimidation unit, rather, even if it has no like current beneficial tactic. If Sturm Tiger is just in the area, infantry will just be like, oh, I'm staying the fuck back. Or same thing with the AVRE, because they're wary about that explosion. They're watching that. So it just makes everything a little bit more tense. We also have artillery coming in right now from this guy, and a low coordination would be a lot better to fight this. Wow, 51 kills. Holy crap. This thing is just putting a ton of damage toward the enemy. Very, very nice indeed. And again, causing damage. And again, if that's where the allies are pretty fierce right now, so it makes sense that they're gonna try to bomb them out. Now, the thing you want to do is have this guy move up and dislodge them. We'll see if this goes. Katusha breaking up the infantry. Su-85 should probably go a little closer to the front to help push back that Panther. IS-2 should probably be a, kind of more like, just like wingman. Just help out with any infantry that pops up. Churchill also pushing in. Shockship's just standing still. Could decap the point right now. Great shot with the Firefly, though. Pack 43 could turn and do a lot of damage. Good for Kenwerfer, though. Germans very good with their AT today. Very good in that regard. Firefly getting knocked out by the Panther. Panther leading to an escape along with the Jagdpanzer. Once again, another couple units escaping. Again, we do have counter fire currently coming into the area. So that's pretty good. And I'm assuming it's maybe this guy's counter barrage. No, he's not using the counter barrage. Dude, on apply, I will give credit where I will take note, you should be using counter barrage, because again, that would counter barrage the artillery piece that's currently counter barraging and hitting your area. Speaking of which, who has artillery on the Allied side? Does anyone have artillery on the Allied side? Okay, this guy does have 2 artillery pieces. They don't have necessarily direct counter barrage, but they will do damage. And as you can see here, they are doing a ton, and maybe one good shot will not neutralize that, but so far not the case. Allied forces, oh damn, there goes for Kenwerfer. Good job with the AVRE. Again, airstrike coming in, but the Centaurs just doing work and shooting down planes. Already 15. I'm assuming, yeah, half of them are the vehicle itself. Panther pulling on back. More kamikaze planes. Holy crap. One of them smashing into the Volk squad, killing 3 men. Damn, JP is not having a good day today, because I think that was his own plane. Oh, boy. Again, we have this squad coming on the side. Best thing to do would be move the Katusha back into close range strike. And maybe use Papa Stalin. But as we can see, he's just delaying. Great artillery hit, doing half damage to the IS-2. Volk squad's coming on in. Massive infantry push coming on in here. Anti-air gun going balls deep. And probably not the best idea, because again, even though they also don't have anti-air, the Volk squad does have a Panzerfaust. Oh, well, never mind. They just bundle grenaded it. That's hilarious. Panther being pushed back. Again, if the Allies could effectively push left, they would do very well, but they haven't done that. I'm surprised. I'm putting, by the way, even though I'm putting a lot of credit on this guy, Unapply is equally at fault here, because he's actually the individual who has this lane. He just told someone else to take his lane, which is something I hate, because then you don't know. It's like, okay, I guess I'll cover it. Are you just temporary having this, and then you just kind of get stuck in that motion where you're not thinking about it? I know it sounds stupid, but people do get in that mindset of like, okay, I'll help out, but then they just kind of forget about their sector because it's not natively theirs. This British player is just now focusing in mid, which is fine, but he should be, someone should be over here. Someone should be guarding left or doing something. Because now it's been like 15 minutes and we haven't seen a single allied unit come this way, and it's really irritating. So I'll just put a lot of pressure there. Though axes are kind of fortified here. Maybe where's that allied artillery? Because we're seeing a lot of Stuka bomb stuff like that come in. Hold on, where's the? Oh, damn. There goes the anti-air gun. Oh, damn it. I hope you get a new one too. You have 900 manpower. What are you doing? What are you doing? Just get shock troops. And not, okay, don't spam shock troops. That's a waste of manpower. Get like conscripts and a few other squads just for, you know, remanning stuff and whatnot. And also throw AT grenades on this shit so you can snare it. But Zodiac's doing what he can with his artillery. I'll give him credit. And also nicely placed. I like how he's hiding behind the building, so if an airstrike comes in, maybe he hits the building and protects it. So, very cool there. Artillery doing a great job at counter-barraging. So, Allies giving hell to the Germans just as much. Okay, maybe not as much, but a good variety. And it looks like they did knock out the bigger, like, fully vetted. Yeah, they knocked out the Vet 4 one. I like how he just bumped into it. Like, yeah, you don't need to see that. You don't need to see it. So that's good. Helping Hans taking a lot of damage from that. I'm assuming the Pac 43 is still alive. Nope, it's dead. They also destroyed all the plant life. So yeah, that's a thing. Jagdpanzer probably gonna die from the T-30. No, bounce the shot. Oh my God, will they kill it? Damn. Also, this guy can call in fire. Just as a note, dude, this thing is not dying. This Jagdpanzer is somehow not dying. Now, to be fair, he had his front armor facing a T-34 majority of the time, but fuck, the Germans are extremely lucky in today. That's a lot of units that have managed to survive, which really shouldn't, in my opinion. Firefly opening fire, pushing back the Panther. We have light infantry, though, focusing in. Again, the infantry is like the biggest problem right now for the Allies. They really need to focus on that. All right, so Cromwell died on the right. This thing's pulling back. Unfortunately, we have no direct strike here, so... But again, the T-34 could have rammed or something. Like, sacrifice the T-34 to kill a king. That's absolutely worth it. JP would essentially have nothing. And he right now has nothing. Compared to the rest of the Axis. Like, the rest of the Axis are easily near pop cap, if not already done so. I don't know. I feel like... Yeah. Once again, I hate the notion that you must keep bashing your head in mid in order to win this game. And it seems like these two players are just doing that consistently. Hans is holding this side the best he can. And luckily, he does have a bit of support with Zodiac. Who's also, by the way, providing artillery coverage to stop the German artillery from running wild like it was doing so earlier. The problem I currently have is the fact that we're just seeing these guys charge mid. Push a different area. Do something different. Right now, you're getting 31 munitions per... If you're in a game and you only have 31 munitions per turn, you need help. You seriously need to do something else. You will not win that game. I know a lot of people will say fuel is like MVP. It is. Like, fuel is important. Munitions, though, for long-term viability is equally so. A lot of like, if you're getting 50 munitions, you're doing great. If you're doing 60, you are just everything 60 and over. You're just like you're rich. You're doing great. 123 munitions per turn. I may have went a little too far in some regard, but it's still the point of munitions is extremely helpful for, especially with certain commanders. This is a bunch of also we're seeing a bunch of armor in mid. Like, I get the Firefly notion and stuff like that, but like, if all this armor's in mid, where's it not? Think about that for a second. If they're there, where else could they be? Oh, wait. Yeah, that's where. So I hate that notion. And right now we're not seeing any action over here, which is more frustrating. How many fuel how many fuel do you guys have? 800. Okay, that's a bit of a lie, but go ahead. I love that. It's like, yeah, I have this. Yeah, to be fair, be more low real. Even, dude, on apply, if you said 500, he would have been fine. So, I don't know. I know that they're trying to maybe one-up what the enemy's doing, but yeah, right here, your artillery right here would have been better. Once again, you don't have the munitions to do recon, so that explains why that the artillery is missing and not being as effective. Well, the Germans have been like, fuck it, calling every plane. We're getting a decent amount of munitions per turn. Also, I'm seeing a lot of fuel caches back here. Fuel is very important early game. Less so late game. Why? Oh, good shot there. Very simple. Yeah, we have counter barrage on. That's why it's, you know, hitting so effectively. The reason why, and this is very important, once you have an armored unit, if it stays alive, you don't need it anymore. Munitions, you're constantly using for airstrikes and whatnot. Firefly's moving on up to hopefully knock out the armor. Again, great shots across the board. King Tiger being pushed back. We have a hidden Goliath. Oh my god, yes. Go, Goliath, go. 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 Oh, no, he just moved up slightly. Go, little guy, go. Be free, little guy. Artillery just raining hell down here, pushing back the Fireflies with just tank shots. King Tiger moving up. That's a bold Tiger choice. Bold Tiger. Oh my god, infantry's rolling up. Don't worry, I'll take the point. Oh my god, that King Shot was like this close to that guy. Goliath, you gonna go? Up. Okay, there we go. British artillery. That will help push him back. Up. Say goodbye to shock troops. Yep, shock troops got, well, exploded. God, luckily the British artillery is coming in and fire coming down from the other guy. So that's at least killing the infantry. Again, slow reaction time there, but okay. Pushing them back. You know what would have been nice? You throw that and then you move up all the infantry. Once that stuff is activated, not before. That's why, okay, that's why in World War I, that's why in World War II, a lot of times, they would do the artillery and then move up, not move up and then launch artillery. Yeah. They would do what's called a creeping barrage, where the infantry go and attack, the artillery would be just ahead of them. Not infantry pushes, retreats, and then the artillery comes in. Pack 43 being made. IS-2, it literally in the sights of the Pack 43. By God, get the fuck out of there. King Tiger also firing long range. We have more fire coming down this region. Love it. They really wanted that thing dead. Pack 43 though, again, just going to do wonders against all this armor that's just hidden back there, because they can see it. And Pack 43 is just going to gain veterancy. Yep, pushing them back. Suka bombs going in, just causing all sorts of hell back there. Map-wise, we can see a flank going on. Again, kind of using the terrain. Unfortunately, the Centaur is kind of blocking the pathfinding, so say goodbye. We have 3 Panthers. Holy fuck. Luckily, S-285 managed to get the hell out of there. Great stun shot right there. Panther might die. Very close. Going to escape. And now this guy is both this King Tiger up and another Panther. So he's just going to counterattack pretty damn hard. T-34 just kind of popping shots. Trying to push them back. Double S-285 could probably easily push all this armor back. Doesn't have to worry about a flank though. About all this, so just take note. But luckily, is the building there, so it can quickly fall back. Hopefully. It looks like, yeah, the armor's coming in. There's like, oh, Vet 5. Damn. Vet 5 armor. That's pretty freaking good. So, very nice job there. Kind of just rolling on up. Good artillery strike in this region. Doing quite a bit of damage. Churchill kind of moving on up. Pushing them back. Firefly doing quite a bit of damage. Also nice stun right there, looks like. Yeah, and they're being pushed back across the board. Allies finally... Oh, nope. Here comes the airstrike. And, get your anti-air guns ready, boys, because here come the planes. Luckily, some of those planes might crash into the German line, which would be hilarious. Alright, game was starting to lag there. Had to reset it. Any case, King Tiger putting a lot of pressure on the IS-2. Churchill coming in to try to save the day. We'll see how things go. Well, Stuka's in the back. Jagpoms are opening fire as well. Firefly firing a couple pop shots. IS-2, what do you do? It's on hold fire. Oh, no, it's capturing the point. That's actually smart. I like that. He's capturing the point. Because, you know, they kind of need to, honestly. The Germans are putting a lot of pressure. If only there was a point they could go to and capture it that's away from all the fire and everything. If only. I'm very confused by that notion. Helping Hans moving in his AVRE. A lot of Panthers, stuff like that on standby. Oh, we could get a great shot here. Support gun knocked out. Very good. Allies putting a lot of pressure on the Germans. Pack 43 was also neutralized. King Tiger, very close to death, but once again... Oh, no! Firefly's like, fuck that. Got it. Unfortunately, the Panthers are coming back. We have 4 Panthers and a King moving. 5 Panthers. Holy crap. Yeah, AT gun opening fire. They're going to need a lot of AT guns. They would hold the line. Good shot, though, with that AT by helping Hans, hitting him on the flank. What the hell are they building back here? They're building reinforced repair bunkers. That's what they're doing. They're building repair bunkers to heal. Nice. I forgot the defensibility had that. But yeah, they can build repair bunkers. Yeah. Any case, Centaur coming in, mowing them down. You know, along with their aircraft. Su-85 getting some more shots on the King Tiger, pushing it back. Like the pressure. Allies getting a second wind. Very, very cool to see. Again, if this guy would actually push right, that would actually fulfill everything I've asked for this game. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, a lot of AT. Ton of AT. Hopefully the infantry component's still good. But the Axis, they're near pop cap, so I expect a full counterattack shortly. Although, good... If they keep doing that stupid stuff, it won't matter. Allies finally getting the munitions in, too. 52 munitions, 57. They're on the cusp of overtaking the Germans. A lot of planes coming in, though. Oh, that was amazing. Oh, run. Run, little Firefly. God, planes are just being shot from the sky. That was awesome. I don't care what anyone says. That was awesome. Plane strike against that. I guess he's like, I'll take him down. And it's like, wait, don't hit the command, Panther. And literally, I'm calling it that because it's Vet 5. Holy crap. Centaur mowing down the infantry really well. Su-85 needs to get the hell out of there. Panzerfaust and Pack Gun managed to knock it out. T-34 trying to go in deep. Probably could. Artillery coming in. This thing backed up and got out of there. Panthers just hanging around. Not really a good space to get in. Grenade being thrown and... Oh, guard troops threw a grenade before dying and that went off. Okay, cool. Yeah, with the amount of AA the Allies have, airstrikes are just been rendered kaput. Great shot. I love Firefly constantly putting pressure. That's fantastic. Allies doing great. Again, coming back with a good counterattack. Nice job stopping the repair of both the Panther and the Jagdpanzer. Good flanking this way could help, or the Su-85 continue to put on some pressure. As long as they're putting pressure on the Axis, that's really good. Meanwhile, Axis, not taking it lightly. They have a lot of Vet 5 troops, especially from Koch, which is good. Milam lost most of his Osttruppen, but has a good Panther force and Panzerwerfers on standby. Tank destroyers en masse would probably be good, like a good anti... Like, I know they has Panzerwerfer, but... Oh, wow. What is it, sector? Yeah, sector assaults coming in. Help defend territory. Obersoldaten holding mid. Right now, the Allies need to put more pressure there. Unfortunately, I'm not seeing a lot of... I'm not seeing a huge, like, army, honestly. Skull and Zodi are the two guys that actually has an army. Now, he could decap it and stop it. That's a possibility. But the problem is, if I... We'll see what happens. Alright, decapped it. Now I would recap it if I was them. Helping Hans continue. Oh, wow. Okay. Vet 3. Love that. Firefly continuing to put on pressure. AT gun bouncing. Panther's still in a repair mode. Over the mine, which is hilarious. I'll hit the ground. Stuka, perfect Stuka bomb coming in. Knocking that sucker out. I guess he tried to fire here, hit the dirt. Firefly pulling back. Su-85 and T-34 on standby. T-34 could come over here and flank that King Tiger and knock it out. IS-2 taking mid. Yes, it is. Jagdpanzer are trying to break it, but having trouble penetrating. Airstrikes coming in, but Centaur should be close by, so should be shooting down all the planes. Well, there goes another one. God, it's like, how many of them are gonna die? Oh my god, plane just crashed into the Firefly. King Tiger taking a lot of damage. S-285 as well, right there. Churchill AVRE can take a lot of damage. Another plane crashed into the building. They're just taking out everything. Great Firefly hit. Knocks out the King. Centaur pulling back again. They might be trying to target this just to stop the planes from being shot down. T-34 coming on the flank. Get out of there, Centaur. Great shot from the AVRE. Stops him from firing, and Firefly should tear it apart. Boom. With that, both the Firefly and King are dead, which makes... Yeah, they don't have anything. They have double Stuka, and they have, I think, two Panzerwerfers. A deep strike could work, hypothetically speaking, with a T-34 coming around. Panthers on standby. One very close to death. We saw the 17-pounder right there, up to Vet 2, so it's been doing work. Yeah. And it'll probably continue to do work against those guys. Panther Force coming in on the flank. Unfortunately, a lot of the allied armor on left is currently kind of being repaired. So the Firefly and stuff like that can't really engage. 17-pounder not moving. I don't know what Unapply is doing with it, but he should probably react quicker. Let's see, Skull really doesn't have much of an army. He's slowly getting it back. Did he just have 2 shock troops? How do you lose 2 shock troops that quickly? My god. And then we have Zodi with, again, mostly repairs. We do have some artillery from the Germans. Again, Vet 4. Holy crap. The artillery's been doing wonders for him. More Stuka bombs. Again, they're just calling all sorts of artillery. They're all in the same area. They have 5 rocket artillery... 6 rocket artillery pieces? They have 6 rocket artillery pieces. All in one spot. A T-34 flank literally around here would work. Like going around. And they don't do that. I don't understand why. Recon here would be good, and then to combine that with a precision barrage once they have the munitions. It looks like here, though, that JP realizes and is like, yeah, we need to knock out that munitions real quick. Otherwise, we're going to lose this game. Big Panther push coming in. Great job with Avery stopping their advance. Great shot. Knocks out one of the Panthers. Panthers still going deep. Unfortunately, Zodi has a lot of reserves. But I would honestly sacrifice a T-34 to pin that one of those guys. Ostrupen going deep. Again, they have no AT. Stuka bomb coming in. Luckily, AA stopping them. Fortunately, killing a lot of the infantry on there. Unapply. Well, oh my god. Unapply lost everything in that push. Notorious Voyager just screaming lull, but he's pretty much artillery spamming. I don't understand this. That's a bad engagement. Vet 5 Yag. The Allies... It's funny, because the Allies are falling apart, but the Axis are literally artillery spamming with rocket artillery. And the one thing I'll say is a flank would easily do that. I think he used his AT grenade over there. I think an AT grenade here would have killed that thing, because it would have pinned it. He's going to throw it here. He's going to pin it. Unfortunately, it's still a Vet 5, so it's going to move and take a lot much damage. Snipers now on the field. Okay. Zodi left the game. Wait, what? That sucks. It's unlikely with the amount of damage that they would have won, but or like the Allies will win this. But that does suck to lose a very core key player. I don't know if it's lag or something, but that is kind of sucking. The overall airstrikes have been quite annoying, but luckily the Allies have been shooting them down with a lot of AA. But the amount of rocket artillery is just upset. One T-34 and all the rocket artillery could be dead. And you really wouldn't need to do like some amazing... You wouldn't need to do some like big thing about getting through the Panthers. They do have a lot of Panthers. Let's be very clear about that. But the thing you would do is just come around the flank this way. Like, just come this way and go around. And you could do recon in the sector to kind of anticipate that. But there's no mines on the ground over here. Hell, this guy realizes there's no action over here and decides to move over. Who is this, Koch? I mean, good job with Koch over here at least doing that, because it's about freaking time. Luckily, the allies did place some mines, so good for them. Are there any mines back here? I don't see any mines from the Axis back here, so a good flank would neutralize them. Panther just advancing. And again, what they're doing is just moving in, trying to get a couple kills and pulling out. AVRE trying to come in, trying to help. But alas, the allies have pretty much fallen apart at this point. They've lost a lot of men. They're being hit by multiple sides. And now helping Hans is pretty much holding right. And he's holding right by himself against 2 players. Luckily, a good AVRE hit pushes that thing back. But he only has 1 Firefly right now. And that thing is like the only thing that it's like a deterrent against the entire line. So, yeah. T-34 died. Again, that's an AI. So, again. King Tiger moving up to deal with damage against it. Fire. Again, they have no... Like, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing that you don't have anything to fight this? Like, this Churchill's just sitting there. Like, when Obersudan are just walking up into your line, you're doing something wrong. Nice bundle grenade. I'll give him that. Big Panther push. Again, also surprised no mines over here. Very surprised. Or, like... Although, to be fair, they've been kind of... Oh, no. He's been using AT grenades. And to be fair, the other guy has... Okay, he's been using his bombs, I assume. Fireflies at range, doing a ton of damage against these guys. Right now, a bunch of IS-2 and Su-85s trying to do damage. Again, bounce, but the Panther's going to pen... Yep. And knock it out. Vet 5 Jagdpanzer, so it's absolutely going to push back the Su-85. It's just one of those things, like... Where it's like, guys, what... I'll get to my final report once this game's done, but it is incredibly annoying. We have looks like a direct strike coming in. No, I'm sorry, close air support coming in. Luckily, the Centaur, which, by the way, 39 kills, it shot down 20 aircraft. Aircraft now diving the enemy. Fireflies might be able to kill the king, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, he's using the Centaur as recon. That way he can move up and also kill the infantry. A lot of armors just pushing up the gut. We have a new IS-2 on the field, Su-85s on the field. The allies are trying. It's just I don't think they're going to counterattack. Good kill, though. They killed a Vet 5 Jagdpanzer. Panther coming on the flank. It's barely alive. So Kosh just lost that. He has more than enough manpower and fuel. He could easily pump out new stuff. But, pointing it out. I do like how the allies did prep with a lot of AA. So that is something I will give credit for. So they at least countered that. Unapply really has nothing. He's pretty much given up at this point, I assume. With no manpower. Like, he has tons of manpower and fuel. He's not getting anything. So I'm assuming he's giving up. Even though they're doing a ton of damage versing them. Yeah, he's given up. Milam, again, they have all this rocket artillery in the back. A simple T-34 rush. Or having the AI rush over an I swear to God, if this Su-76 gets a kill. Nope, it goes after the strongest target and does a loop-de-loop instead of going after any of this. Great. I'm assuming that, yeah, Jagdpanzer is being healed. We have a lot of armored forces by helping Hans moving in. I'm assuming they're trying to go for the points, but with the Obersudan here by JP, it's game over. Okay, so let's kindly go over every single thing that happened in this game. So overall, the best player in this game, Reinforces, is helping Hans. I know Koshnik has more damage, but the reason why I will state that is simple. While Kosh was doing fantastic, and he was doing very well, the thing was, and again, I'll state this very clear, he could have used the left to flank. Like, neither side used this entire area to go through. The Soviets laid down mines, and several minesweepers would have cleared it, but they never really pushed over here. And again, I feel like in a long drawn out war, a lot of times the Axis will win from at least an artillery perspective with the Stukas and Panzerwerfers and the heavy artillery. And once again, did a fantastic job with his armor and infantry and whatnot. Didn't get as many kills as Notorious, and we'll get to him in a second. But overall, he did a ton of damage, but he was also mainly attacking the two weakest players, the Soviet and the British. Those two on the left lost so much, it was ridiculous, utterly ridiculous. I cannot describe the fact that, like, guys, this entire front you never push. There's not a scrape of damage on this side. Like, if you're gonna leave this side, then you're literally gonna give up the game. Like, there are instances, and I've shown this in previous games, where you don't engage. And let me explain. You don't engage areas that you cannot advance in. If the enemy is entrenched, you go right up to the point where they're entrenched, and then you either go around it, attack it, you do something with it. There was nothing. You could easily have taken that munitions and constantly harass them. You could place mines. You could artillery this. Like, there's all sorts of things you can do. And it's not like you don't ever engage that territory. If you're on the island and you lock it down, if the enemy doesn't do anything to you, they're doing something wrong. And you should keep exploiting them. Don't just guard the island on steps, is what I'm saying. This is a great example where it's like this entire industrial region, just nothing happened. JP did fine. He, unfortunately, was versing Helping Hans, and Helping Hans, again, was literally carrying and holding this entire right side for a majority of this game, versing multiple players by himself. I know the Soviet player was also here helping him out a lot, but, like, he was instrumental at, like, destroying JP's front line back here. So just take that. Notorious, again, a lot of kills and else from his artillery. I can almost guarantee it. If we click on him, yeah, 113 kills from his artillery. He artied like a goddamn pro. Like, I want to say a majority, probably 2/3 of his kills were just based on artillery. And that's insane to think about. I also will say that JP and Notorious both picking the airstrike, both kind of annoying. The fact that, again, because the enemy just simply countered it and waited. I'm expecting more also Goliaths, or I'm just happy he didn't just do mass amounts of artillery, but I digress. The nice thing is you can see Conch and Notorious at least had a lot of unit preservation, so they didn't, again, you could tell that they had a ton of reserves because they didn't lose that many units, so good. Meanwhile, we had JP over here, and he's barely keeping things together. It helps that the Allies, or say the Axis, have so much resources over the course of the game, but that was a key issue, I would say. Unapply and Scowl, you guys were, like, there's some moments where you guys are doing great, but overall, you two were the kind of disappointing weak link of the Allies. Zodi was pretty good overall in his defense. He lost a lot, but overall, he did a ton of damage with his Su-85s, if I recall correctly, and his artillery. He couldn't keep up with the counter barrage, but he tried his best, and yeah, you can see that here with the overall kills and damage. I know Unapply got a little more, but I'll chalk that up to the 17-pounder in mid more so, especially with a little more losses. Skull got a ton of losses and damage. Like, this is an hour game. You only got 38,000, really? Like, Skull, you need to work on that. You are a newer player. You are the weak. Again, I say rank doesn't matter, but in this situation it does. So I do want to point that out. Also, Milam, thank you for submitting this replay. I will say, though, in the replay, you were mentioning how you beat Helping Hans. In this scenario, watching it, you really didn't. Helping Hans wasn't beaten, if that makes sense. It was Skalbaj and Unapply that were beaten, and they were beaten by Kosh and Notorious. You and JP were fighting Helping Hans and Zodi, and for the most part, they were beating you guys back. So I will chalk that up more on Notorious's artillery and Kosh's armor and superior infantry, especially as Obsidian kept advancing. Compare that to JP, who just lost everything. So, yeah, unfortunately, the weak links, you are only as strong as your weakest link, and unfortunately, the weakest link on your team still held things together enough, while the weakest link on the Allies team, things just fell apart. But that's my take on this game. What do you guys think? Leave it down in the comments down below. This has been Greyshot17. I'm also reminding you to submit your replays and top moments, and I'll see you all next time. Hello everyone, before I go, I want to give a special shout out to my awesome Patreon supporters that include Tim, Nathan Angus, Jordan Shavit, Jakub, Ocwieja, Aaron Yee, WhiteHodD, Toussaint, Streakingwookie, Sebastian, Marszalek, PyroShark, Onlyplayapples, Lil Koosh, jrchicklis, JP Vaal, Josh, Joey G240, Jfoe, Chris Bailey, Ace, and Milam. Thank you all for your incredible support, and thank you to the Patreon supporters down below. This has been Greyshot17. I'll see you guys next time.